Yeah, this is WoW Crendor. Pointless top 10. It's like, what a video name. This is 10 things that are completely pointless. Enjoy. But like, dude, for those of us that have lived our whole lives in Azeroth, there's probably some cool stuff we've missed. So let's check it out.
And welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists out of pointless things, while we fly by his pointless statue in Booty Bay, because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin. 10.
Wait. What?
Pointless statue in Booty Bay, because inside pointless things are treasure.
Did you guys know there was treasure in here? I've never seen this angle of this before. How do you even get to this angle without fly hacking, Crendor? Is he a fly hacker?
Let's begin. 10. Number 10 are the roaster rats, and the roaster rats are located in the Legion Dalaran sewers. And these roaster rats are being used to make some all-natural coffee, if you will. So you can see here that they are all lined up and they are being milked of sorts, although it's not really milking. It's like, it looks like they're being shocked, and then they're like, you know. There's also one that's just stuck down there. I don't know if anybody's gonna help him out, but he's just trapped down there. I don't even know how he's alive. He should have drowned by now. But yeah, all the other rats around here just running around. Some are like glitching out on top of each other. Some are running into the wall and disappearing. Some are like stacked up on top of each other. Some are just chilling by the cages. Like there's so much going on down here in terms of food safety issues, but I mean, it is the Dalaran sewers. I don't know if I'd ever get Dalaran sewer coffee and be like, man, I can't wait to drink this. Like, I'd probably just be skeptical of it, but this is one thing that I think either people forgot about or never even knew existed. So that's why Dalaran roaster rats are number 10. 9. Number 9 is this large sea monster located underwater off the coast of the Azure Span. And what's so cool about this to me is there is somebody that's like caught on the tooth of this monster.
What?
So I don't know if this is a sea monster or a dragon or whatever this might be. Part of me thought it was a dragon at first, but then I was like, maybe it's just a sea monster. I have no idea, but it looks like it tried to bite into somebody and then they got trapped in its tooth or mouth, and then I guess they both died and went into the water, and then they've just been in here.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know how long. But I actually do have a pointless top 10 weird things underwater, which is how I came across this in the first place. And so it is possible.
How I came across this in the first place, I could just imagine him like swimming for like hours on end, just like looking for stuff. And he's like, oh, look. There's a dinosaur. Hey, there's some like bro, what?
Well, this is just some random doodad that Blizzard put underwater to add a little spice or character to the underwater exploration, which is usually just a bunch of nothing, right? And trust me, there are many of those because I've seen plenty of repeat stuff underwater when I was exploring. But I don't know, something about this one just really caught my attention. How did he get impaled? Why is this monster down here? Was it above water and then it went below water? Has it always been below water? Like, there's a story here, and I don't think we're ever gonna know it, and that's kind of cool. And so that's why
that is kind of cool.
Number 9. 8. Number 8 is this weird ass goblin machine that I found in Azshara, and it genuinely.
I love how he's like, that I found. Like, is he just running around Azeroth, just like, hey, look. I found something, you know?
It might be one of the most insane inventions I've ever seen in World of Warcraft. Number 1, there is a chicken that is getting punched, and then eggs are coming out of it. All right, I don't know how that works, but it's just some boxing glove comes out, just pop, just hits the chicken, and then an egg comes out, and then there's like a carrot that gets used up, and then there's I thought it was a mug, but I think it's a salt or pepper shaker, and it's shaking it into the tube. I don't know what this thing is even accomplishing. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but maybe somebody in the comments knows. Like, nothing comes out of this machine, right? And it's just putting an egg and carrot together. Like, what's that even make? Knowing Blizzard, maybe it's some sort of pop culture reference? I don't know, but it's here. It exists. So it's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen, and I didn't really know about it until I randomly stumbled across it. So that's why the carrot egg goblin machine. Number 8. 7. Number 7 are the hidden ruins of Golvar, and Golvar is a Drust ruin located inside a cave system in northern Drustvar, only accessible through a tunnel entrance, which is hidden behind the Forgotten Lodge. And so this one might be a little more Horde-centric, because there are some Alliance quests here, so I think a lot of Alliance people have come across this place, but as somebody who primarily plays Horde, I was blown away that this existed. It says here that it is full of seemingly inactive Drust revenants, and a small chamber deep inside the ruins served as the the ancient headquarters of the Order of Embers, and the Tome of Silver and Ash is hidden here. Knowledge of Golvar and its secret entrance has been passed down through House Waycrest for thousands of years. And so yeah, I kind of just stumbled across this while I was randomly looking for stuff for point.
I think I forget how big World of Warcraft really is. Because when you're playing the game, you tend to stick in like the main cities and then queue up for your battlegrounds and then go to the raids. Or you know, if you're playing retail, you have like arenas and Mythic Plus too. And you kind of stick to that, right? And yeah, you definitely forget. It's just like, there's just a massive world out there. Like, you could never explore it all. It's so big between all the different expansions. And there's just random stuff like this with lore behind it. And 99% of people have probably never been in, you know?
Was top 10, and I mean, this is a great roleplay location. It's a cool spot if you want to come chill here. I doubt many people are doing BFA quests or just running around BFA in general, and I'm just somebody that's a sucker for finding secret caves, so that's why Golvar is number 7. Number 6 is the secret location located at Fizzle and Pozik's speed barge in Thousand Needles. And the only information I could really find on this place is on the WoW wiki, which says that an underwater maintenance room accessed from below the barge, a hangout spot with 3 chairs, can be found. Maui's chair belonging to Explorer Maui, Twin's chair belonging to Prospector Brewer, and finally Aya's chair, seemingly belonging to a goblin, judging by the chair and nearby objects. And so you actually access this room by swimming up into where the anchor comes out. It kind of reminds me of Rusty Bucket Bay from Banjo-Kazooie. And I have no idea how some of this stuff hasn't just floated away. There's like Chinese food, cups, there's calendars, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that you're like, man, how does this stuff just stay where it is underwater? Which I guess might just be part of the magic of World of Warcraft, but then there's also plenty of stuff that does float away in the water. So I have no idea, but it's cool to find this secret underwater room on this boat. So that's why I decided to put it at number 6.
There you go.
Number 5 is a dead time-lost proto drake that's located up in the mountains of Draenor Nagrand. And this is one of those things that I think I ran into back in actual Draenor when I played it like a decade ago and then forgot it existed entirely. But it's weird that there's this random
Draenor a decade ago. Olge.
time-lost proto-drake corpse that never despawns. It's always there. And I guess it's probably an Easter egg to the fact that we traveled back in time in Draenor, right? So they just put it up there as like a, hey, it's time lost, like it got lost in time, right? Going back to Draenor. I guess that's the only thing I could think of, unless there's some other random reason, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But the time lost proto drake is a mount that I'm still trying to get. There's been 2 times where I've gotten really close. One, I saw him die like right in front of me. I was like, are you kidding me? And then 2 other times I saw his corpse. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm sure one day I'll just randomly stumble across it and get the mount and it'll all work out, right?
The best way to get this nowadays is you join the Discord and then you buy it off of someone who's camped it, right? Pretty sure you can do that. Like there's like hunting Discords with people that will just like sit there and hunt it, and then like invite a bunch of people to a group so they all get the tag. Pretty sure that's how it works.
Hey, I'm sure it'll happen. It won't, but there's the corpse of this one always here, so that's why the Draenor time lost proto drake is number 5. Number 4 is actually 2 things, both related to RFD. So this one a lot of people might know, but the actual entrance to RFD is shaped like the head of Agamagon, the boar god. And I was gonna say I should do a top 10 dungeon entrances, but I forgot that I actually did that, but it was like 2 years ago. I guess I can make a part 2. But the actual thing I wanted to put here is this crazy forge/furnace thing that's shaped like a boar. And it looks like he's holding 2...
This is where Silly Ann died because Tyler 1 murdered her or whatever. So that's this is that room.
Bowls that are steaming. I don't know if that's like an incense or spiritual type of thing. And he's got these 2 big cannon looking things on the side. I don't know what they are. And then he's got his large tusks. And you've got his, chest on display there. And then there's the firewood underneath him. It's just, I've always just thought this was one of the coolest things that they've designed, especially in Classic WoW. Like, I think it's so cool in RFD. And a lot of times I don't even think people notice it because
I didn't, yeah.
They're just running around doing the boss fights and everything. But if you actually look over here and look up and analyze this crazy Quillbore furnace forge thing,
that is
it's pretty cool. And so that's why I decided to put it And number 4. 3. Number 3 are the Caverns of Consumption, and the Caverns of Consumption are a secret area on the northernmost point of the coast of Winterspring, and this is actually where the Sun Darter hatchling pet can be found by those who can bypass the puzzles within. And so I personally do not have the Sun Darter hatchling. I might get it after this, but there's 16 different steps to acquire the Sun Darter hatchling, which was added in Legion. And so as you can see here, if you do not know any of these steps and you randomly show up here, you will be silenced, and there's this big wall of fire that you can't get past. And obviously once you put everything together and figure out the secrets, you're able to get past this and not be silenced. But the reason I put this so high up on the list is this feels like such a surreal area to me. You know what I mean? Like, we have Winterspring and there's Moonglade over there, and this feels like the edge of Kalimdor, right? But then all of a sudden you go past it a little bit and there's all these trees that are green and vibrant, and then you just have this random cave. Like, it kind of just throws me off, and I love that. And that's why the Winterspring Caverns of Consumption are number 3.
Secrets in WoW
Number
are
2
always
is
cool
the Duck
like that,
Cave,
yeah.
and the Duck Cave is an unnamed cave in the upper frostlands of the Azure Span, guarded by a duck. And mages can actually blink through the wall, where you will be met by numerous other ducks and the one and only Millhouse and Maleficent Manastorm.
Did you guys know about the Duck Cave for mages? I'm a mage, I've never heard about this. That's sick. Where is this?
And so I'm sure in Dragonflight, plenty of people saw this and were like, why is this duck standing up here in front of a bunch of rocks? Whatever. But like I said, it turns out if you're a mage, you can blink through and you'll gain access to the Duck Cave, where you learn Polymorph Duck, and you get to talk to Millhouse Manastorm, who says, yeah, you found my super secret lair. You want a medal or something? I'd watch where I step if I were you. These ducks are real slobs.
Should I log in and do this right now? Bro, what do you mean ducks in a cave? Hold on, let's finish this video.
And then on the other side, you have Maleficent Manastorm, who is creating some sort of robot duck army. And when you ask Millhouse about it, he's just like, who knows? Your guess is as good as mine, but it's probably something to do with robots, like always. And so, yeah, this place really has everything. It's got ducks, it's got Polymorph Duck, it's got Millhouse and Maleficent Manastorm,
so cool,
it's got robot ducks, and it's just hidden away in the Azure Span. So for all those reasons, that's why I had to put it at number 2. And number 1 is in Darkshire and Westfall, and this one actually blew my mind. I've never seen this or heard about this ever. So in Westfall, if you go outside the town hall in Moonbrook, you will find a sign, and it says Westfall, and there's a skull with a sword in it. And then if you go to Darkshire, you'll see a sign when you're entering Darkshire that just says Darkshire, and you might be like, Crendor, what's so weird about that?
Yeah,
well,
seems fine.
These are the only 2 instances that I know of that use the English language in World of Warcraft. Because, I mean, think about it. Anytime you find anything in the game with some sort of lettering or spelling, it's usually in a weird language with weird symbols or runic shapes and all that type of stuff, right? There's never really anything in English. Now, there are things that...
Wait, is that true? I feel like I've seen signs with things in English all the time. Am I tripping? Maybe I'm making that up?
Have English lettering, like there's the license plate that says Pwn, there's like something that says WoW. I think the Elite Tauren Chieftain have ETC written on it on their drum, right? But aside from that, like abbreviations, there's no actual English words. And so one theory that I saw is they started designing the game, because these are some old zones, right? And they put that in, and then they decided to stop using the English language in the game, but they never really changed this. So that's probably the most likely theory I read, but either way, it's pretty crazy. And so that's why I decided to put it at number 1.
I think you guys are right. When you mouse over a sign, the mouse over will tell you what it says, but maybe you're right. The actual sign doesn't say what it is. That is interesting. Okay, a few things. 1, I need to subscribe to this guy because these videos are great. Wow, Crendor. That was awesome. We need to watch more of these pointless top 10s. And 2, I'm going to log into retail and try to find that duck cave.